welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for review, and this is an interesting pen. It's a pen that is on loan to me from John at stjohnspens.com. So I'd like to thank John for the loan of this pen. This pen is going back to John, as much as I would like to have this pen in my collection. This is essentially a Classic Pens or Lambrou pens. It's a Classic Pens CP8 in the Flamme or Flame prototype. It's an interesting pen for sure, and I will just show you this pen in a little bit more detail here. It's got this lovely sort of flame wave sort of going on here across the whole of that cap, and also the body, as well as what would normally be the piston knob, although this isn't a piston pen, it's just a blind end cap. But you can see here, this is quite an interesting looking pen. It is sterling silver, vermeil, so vermeil being gold plated. And you can see you've got a cap band there, but it doesn't have anything written on that cap band because this is a prototype. You've got the Classic Pens tie clip here, which I really, really do love. I love these on my other pens, like the Classic Pens LM1. I have that same tie clip on. It really is a beautiful pen, a beautiful clip as well. But this is for sure an interesting pen. Now, I've seen these Classic Pen CP8 Flamme pens in sterling silver, but I've not ever seen one online in gold vermeil, gold plating. So this is certainly a unique version, and it is obviously the prototype being unique as well. It is beautiful. Now, unfortunately, Classic Pens as a company are no longer. Likewise, Lambrou, Andy Lambrou, who was one of the two people, Paul Rossi being the other one. Unfortunately, we don't know what's happened with Andy other than that he was in a convalescing home, and I don't know if he is still around. I hope he is, but I think he, as I understand it, had dementia, so I don't know how much he remembers about the pens and the pen shows that he used to go to. He did, with Paul Rossi, make some beautiful pens, and this is one of them. I like the CP5s I have, the Parkers. I like the CP8. This is like an LM1 cigar shape, to be honest. You can see there you've got the 18 karat gold nib there, and that is a fine nib, I believe. It looks very, very fine. You don't really get the nib marking on a lot of these nibs. It is a decent size in my hand here. It's a very decent weight. It's quite heavy. And if I unscrew the body there, you've got a standard international converter there. But this body is very weighty. You could eyedropper that, but because you've got metal threads here, I wouldn't do so. Eyedroppering, putting ink against metal threads normally isn't a good idea. Can I post this cap? I can, but wait, that is definitely back weighted. That really is a heavy pen. There's a lot of sterling silver on this pen. As much as I like gold, I kind of would like to see it in sterling silver. I've seen images online. I've not seen the CP8 Flame or Flamme in sterling silver personally myself. So this is the first one that I've ever seen in gold-plated vermeil. It's a beautiful pen though. Probably would polish up a little bit more. I think it might have seen a few better days. These are good pens though. Solid workhorse of a pen. I like the Sailor versions, the Classic Pens LBs, LB5s. I have a number of those in my collection. I like a lot of the Classic Pens. So this certainly is one that speaks to me. I'm glad that John has loaned me this pen. I'd love to add it to my collection, but I'm not going to. It's not a cheap pen for sure. You can probably find the price on John's website. I think if I were to add this pen, I'd probably add it in sterling silver, because I always thought myself as a gold guy, a gold coloured guy, but when it comes down to it, I actually prefer sterling silver. Which I don't know. I don't mind gold. I don't mind gold plated clips and that. I don't mind gold like cap bands and things like that, or gold nibs. But I think ultimately, if a pen is going to be solid gold or solid sterling silver, then I would prefer it to be sterling silver. But this is a beautiful pen, a beautiful specimen. So I think with that, let's do a size check. We'll do a weight check. We'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of the pen, we are looking at, I want to say, about 145 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, we're looking about 68 millimeters in length. So it's an interesting length of pen for sure. I'm going to try and stop it rolling away. And we'll do the length of the body here. We're looking at, I want to say, about 133 millimeters in length. So this really is an oversized pen, and you can see that in the size of my hand there. It's a decent sized pen. This is a kind of length that I like, around about 130 to 135 millimeters long in terms of the body. The section as well tapers down slightly. There's no concaveness there, but there's a little lip here at the end that you can see, just to stop your fingers touching the nib and feed. But this is a really nice pen. I think we'll do a weight check on this. So this is going to be an interesting thing. So the full weight of the pen uninked, we are looking at, just under 65 grams in weight. So this is a heavy pen. The weight of the cap, we're looking at just under 25 grams in weight. And the weight of the body, and this is going to probably want to, oh no, there you go, just under 40 grams in weight. So this is definitely a weighty pen. It's not the most weightiest pen that I have in my collection, but it surely is pretty weighty. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Conway Stewart Chatworth, we have an Anoto, and this is the University of Oxford Vermeil. We have a Visconti Opera Master Savannah, a Visconti Opera Master Tobacco. We have a classic pen CP8 Flamme prototype. We have a Montegrappa, and this is the Game of Thrones Winter is Here. We have a Visconti Leonardo da Vinci Machina, a Visconti Opera Master Antarctica, a Visconti Last Templar Jacques de Molay, and a Montblanc Writer's Edition Jane Austen. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the classic pens, and it is the CP8, and it is the Flamme or Flamme or Flame, and it's a prototype. And this is a fine, and it is an 18 cat gold nib. And the ink in here today, I just put Diamine Earl Grey in. I did want to try and put a gold ink in, but a lot of the gold ink is not real gold, and it gold colour, and it would be a bit light. So being a fine nib, I thought I would actually go with a darker ink. Now, in terms of line variations, you're definitely seeing, I'd say, a Western fine here. Now, I can push it to get definitely towards a more medium line, but you're not going to get a huge amount of line variation out of this. If I continue those vertical lines, there's no hard starts or skips, so that tells me that this nib is pretty well tuned. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look. This is quite a wet nib. Now, this nib is made by Bock, so honestly, it doesn't surprise me that this nib is going to be a wet writing nib. So, what do I like? What do I not like about this pen? I love that it's a classic pen CP8. I like that it's a sterling silver but vermeil. I love that it's got a Bock 18 karat gold fine nib, and that nib writes beautifully. I like that it's a cartridge converter pen. Is there anything that I dislike about the pen? Probably, I don't know what the price is, but I'm guessing I would probably not like the price of this pen. It's a prototype. It's a classic pens. It's a CP8. It's got everything going for it, which is also unfortunately going to mean it's going to have the price going for it. But I'm not looking at the price. This pen is on loan to me from John at stjohnspens.com. I'd like to thank John for the loan of the pen for review. This is going back to him. As much as I would love to keep this in my collection, it's got to go back to John. So if you see the review here and you want to reach out to John, see if he's still got this pen, then certainly do so. You can reach him at stjohnspens.com or reach out to him on Instagram as well. So there you have it. That's my review of the Classic Pens CP8 in the Flamme prototype with an 18 karat gold fine nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.